Hey everybody, it's DallasFourTwo back again with another Planet Crafter video. It's been a few days since I filmed my last video. I hope you had a good holiday weekend. I'm just filming after the President's Day weekend here, so yeah, good to be back in the saddle. Gotta kind of remember where we're at here. I did take some notes, so I got a lot of things I want to accomplish today. But first, why don't we choose a destination? Do I have explosives? I don't have any explosives. Do I have any explosives in here? I'm going to see if I can get myself some explosives. I'll be right back. I don't know if I can do more explosives because I am out of circuit boards and they are costly to make. They require nitrogen, which I don't have yet. Got this asteroid falling over here. Let's go get that. Should drop some quartz. There they are. Yeah, I think I snagged them all on the way down. That worked out nicely. Okay, I got was a nitrogen cartridge out of there, so that's what I needed to build another explosive. Man, I'm just out of everything right now. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that. I'm afraid. Well, I have no explosives. I don't know of any areas of the map that we just have not explored at all. I think we're pretty well explored. Actually, there was some stuff up here I don't think I did, so since we are looking for something to do, let's just pop over there and see what we can see. We got a forest over here, and I've noticed, I had already noticed, but also my viewers have told me that the types of trees that I put in my tree spreaders, the types of tree seeds that I put in my tree spreaders determine the types of trees that sprout up in the environment to some extent. So I had kind of already been noticing that, but that's why we're starting to see those red trees, because those are the rubaru trees, which we put some rubaru seeds in the tree spreaders, and those mushrooms are one of the other types of seeds that we've put into the tree spreaders as well, so that's why we're seeing those. Alright, let's go back in here. I don't think I've fully explored this place. I think off in this direction to the northeast, there's some stuff that I have not seen yet. So let's go see what we see real quick. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I came up here yet. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Did I go up here further north in this room yet? Don't think I did. While we're doing this, it'll give all of our drones some time to collect things for us. Found something up here. I am short on space. Make a trip back. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, this is a new spot. We haven't been over here yet. There's a small wreck over here by the look of it. Nice. Beautiful area. And we're in. Some more circuit boards. Those are always good. Food critical. $500 Terra tokens. Yay! Energy multiplier fuse, nice. That's killer. And a Rubru tree seed, awesome. All right, we're gonna have to come back to get the rest of that. Looks like continues off in this direction. Gives me a little shortcut to where my car is. Anything over here behind the waterfall? No, it doesn't look like it. There's another box there, but I won't touch it until I have room in my inventory for it. Just as I suspected, it's going to spit us out at the top of this other waterfall. Okay, get the last few things out of here. There's another box over here. Alright. Don't know if there's any way for me to get up further in here. Doesn't really look very accessible. Anything in here? No. Alright, I guess we've cleared this area out. Alright, one thing I can do while I'm thinking about it is I can run over here. Oh, grab this Rubru seed that we found, because that's a really good tree seed. And we'll get that in one of our tree spreaders. Which one has the worst seed in it? This one's got a 450. This one's got a 250. 450. 1200. 1200. Okay, so the 250 one is going to get replaced with the 1200 one, and that will help our oxygen production immensely. Okay, another really quick thing that we can do is we can grab this energy multiplier fuse that we just found. And currently each of these is making 2227 energy. Pop that in there. Now they're making 4455 energy each. Boom! And I still have room for one more. So that's something we'll want to get eventually. Alright, my inventory was kind of full, so I'm going to throw some stuff in the trade rocket here. Go. Hey, we got Amphibian stage! We got a T4 mutagen, we got an Amphibian farm available to build now. Hey, how about that? And we're on our way to the mammal stage. It's going pretty quick. Cool. Okay, I'm done putting things away. I wanted to take a look over here, see what our drill situation looks like. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drills. So, if I can put together one more drill, then we'll be optimized out with 8 machines. So let's see if we can get one more drill up. Well, I'm a little low on super alloy because I've been having my autocrafter up there create super alloy rods for me. But maybe I can take one apart. I haven't tried to do this before, so let's see if it works. Aha! It worked! Yeah, so I just get back everything that I put into it. Nice. Hey, I finally found a use for the recycling machine. Okay, I've got the stuff for one more drill. Let's get it up over here somewhere. Let's see if that works. Is it optimized? It is not optimized. You know what I think needs to happen here? Is this thing needs to move. I don't like it over there anyway. What happened? Do you not get circuit boards back when you deconstruct something? Interesting. Or maybe that was just a tier 1 gas extractor and I haven't built the T2 gas extractor yet? Yeah, I think that was just a T1 extractor before, so now we've replaced it with a T2 extractor. Cool. And these things here, I think, are fairly redundant at this point because I've got all these minerals are coming in from elsewhere now. I don't really need that anymore, I don't think. Okay, I've taken apart these 2 ore extractors and the gas extractor. That was a T1 gas extractor there, it was there, but I've replaced it with a T2 over here. Hey, I just got a frog egg blueprint. Nice. And I added another drill over here, and I want to ensure that they're all optimized. That one over there is still not optimized, so I need to move some things around a little bit here. That should work, I'll bet. Let's see. I got all of them optimized? Yeah. Alright, now all these drills are fully optimized. Good. So I am drilling as well as I can possibly drill, unless I unlock a higher tier drill at some point. Another thing that's been kind of annoying me is this right here. This thing's been kind of in the way. I'm going to replace it with... just want to put it somewhere else so that it's not in my way quite so bad. We'll put it right over here. There we go. So I can still run over here and grab it, but I have easier access out front of my base. Alright, that takes care of a couple little problems. Okay, another thing that we can think about doing is building more of these heaters. So I've got 3 of them up here right now. I wonder. Take all those out. Move this back a little bit. Put it right about there. Okay, now I have some more room around the perimeter. What does it take to build some more of these heaters? Probably have what it takes to build a few of these. Okay, I've gathered enough stuff to build 2 more heaters. Are they all optimized? Yes. So now we have 5 of these. I have room to build 3 more over here when I have more materials available. I wonder if I can make more tree spreaders. Let's just see. Okay, so over here I've got these optimizers. What's it optimizing? It's optimizing the algae, the biodome, and 5 tree spreaders, right? This one is not working for the tree spreaders. Think about this for a second. So we got, these are pumping out, with the Rubru tree seed, they're pumping out 357,000 oxygen per second, and 18750 plants. Is it optimized for plants? That's the question. It's not even being oh yeah, this one is being optimized for plants. Hey, we just got T5 drill. How about that? Yeah, so this one's being optimized for plants, but the other ones are not. I think I'm going to relocate this biodome away from the tree spreaders, because I want the tree spreaders to be optimized. I don't want the biodome to be optimized, because the tree spreaders are better. Okay, that'll work. The butterfly farms put off insects, so those are not going to interfere with my plant production or my oxygen production. The farm, however, puts off plants, and not that many of them. So I'm going to tear this down and relocate it. Okay, what else is interfering with my plant and oxygen production over here? These beehives? These produce plants, yes, and they are interfering with our ability to... I want the tree spreaders to be producing all the plants, not the beehives. So I think what I should do is I should set up like an insect area. There's already insects here, so I can put those beehives like near here somewhere. It's like a little farm. I'm gonna put insects over here. Let's just put them over here. Go. Those can do their thing without interfering with anything else. And just for the sake of it, I think I'm going to put all these butterfly things over there too. Just so all the insect stuff is in the same general area. I don't know if there is an insect generator or an insect optimizer, but if there is, then I can put it over in this general area, and it will help the bees, and it will also help the butterflies. And I could always move my butterfly dome over here if I need to. Okay, so these produce a little bit of plants, but that's not as important as the insect production. These are even a lot better with insect production. These are really not that good, but I'll keep some around just to produce some honey for me. And now, let's move these optimizers. Let's actually move this algae generator. There we go. So that'll keep producing algae, but it's not as close to my tree spreaders. I'm going to take all that. And I'm going to take all that. I'm going to take all that. I'm going to relocate these to be like right up in my tree spreaders. There we go. Now I've got tree spreaders that are being affected by all of these without any interference. Now, can I build more tree spreaders now that I've established that they're not being interfered with by anything? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them over here. If I could build 3 more, that would bring me up to my 8 machine capacity. So let's see what kind of resources I have available to build some more of those. Okay, let's get some more of these up over here. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And I need to go get some seeds to put in them because I didn't have enough room in my inventory. I'll be right back. Okay, right now all I have is some tea. All I have, the best seeds that I have available right now are these, where is it? These 250 seeds, so that'll work for now until I find something better. At least we got something. Okay, good. We now have 8 tree spreaders up over here that are exclusively using these 3 optimizers. One of them is loaded with plant fuses, and the other 2 are loaded with oxygen fuses, so that's going to help a lot. Ironically, I've got the ability to make a T3 and T4 mutagen, but I can't make a T2 mutagen yet. How does that work out that way? That's weird. I got 1 better tree seed cooking right now, and then I got the stuff to build another one once that's done. So we'll get on that in a moment. Just keep that up there so we remember. Okay, I now have the ability to build this amphibian farm, so let's see if we can gather the stuff to do this. It looks pretty simple. Seems like down by the water would be a good place for an amphibian farm. Maybe over here. It's a land-based thing. Okay, that's good to know. Let's put it over here. And I need an egg to go inside of it. I don't know if I have any eggs yet, but we will find out here in a moment. I got a 350 fish egg. What's the best one I've got in here? I could trade that out for a 350 for sure. And I got some 325s as well. That's better than what I have in here right now. Hey, new fishes. Okay, I think I had a recipe to make 1 amphibian egg, so let's see what that requires. Generic frog eggs. How do I get generic frog eggs? Will they come from the same places that the fish eggs come from? Or does it require something different? Interesting question. Maybe they haven't appeared in my environment yet, because I'm just entering the amphibian stage. Hey, we just got the T3 Ore Extractor. Alright, that seed is done. Let's build another one. Portal generator is something we might be able to build. Let's see about that. Oh man, I just realized that the portal generator here it requires 2 energy multiplier fuses to build it even. Wow, that's expensive. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait a while on that one. But I did build the 2 fusion energy cells, so we'll have those when the time comes. Okay, I've got 2 improved seeds that I can now stick into my new tree spreaders over here. I can find which ones needed them. This one's only 250, so I can replace that with a 450. This one's a 250, I'll replace it with a 400. Alright. So this is better optimized now than it was before. Up here on my rocket platform, we have the ability to make a insect multiplier rocket. Looks like it's going to take some doing. Gotta make some bee larvas to make it. I think that's the only rocket I haven't built yet. And you know what? With the drones collecting the honey for me, and these not putting off very good insects, I wager I could take a couple of these apart and just leave one of them set up. Make sure it's got supply for honey. There we go. I think I didn't set this up properly either. Oh, okay. Interesting. I get to choose which I wanted to extract now. I wonder if I can make another one of those. Alright, let's work on these 2 things for a bit. Another bee larva. What's holding me up on T2 mutagens? I don't understand. Something's holding me up on these things. This is holding me up right here, my insects. Insects are holding me up on T2 mutagens. Okay, that's good to know. So that means I need to find a way to boost my insect, which is what I was trying to do, but it requires a T2 mutagen to even do it. What else required a T2 mutagen that I already have up that I might be able to take down? Well, I just don't know how I'm going to find more T2 mutagen. I might have to just get lucky inside of a wreck or something. What about this gas extractor? Can I manage that? Okay, I got the stuff to make another T2 gas extractor. And we're going to pop this up right next to the other one. Except this one is going to make methane cartridges, where the other one is making nitrogen cartridges. And then we're going to set up a supply of methane. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so this one's supplying nitrogen, and the other one's supplying methane. Alright, here's another thing that we recently learned how to build, is the T6 backpack. Right there. Let's see if we have the stuff to make that. Cha-ching! Booyah! I can carry more stuff now. Nice. That'll be helpful. That is always helpful. So another thing that I wanted to do, and this will take a few minutes, but we'll just go ahead and do it. So currently I have teleporters up at several of these different locations, but this is sort of a relic from the pre-drone world when I needed to go over to these places and gather those things on my own. And now I really don't have to do that anymore. So I want to go out to these places and I want to collect these teleporters, and then I want to put teleporters in several key locations, like 3 or 4 key locations around the map, so that no matter where I want to go, I can hop in a teleporter and I can be there before too long, is sort of what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and get on that. So I got here and I realized, like, my drones have prioritized super alloy, but there's all this other stuff in here that's just taking up space. And in theory, they're going to supply it, but the problem is there's no demand for it because my containers back at home are already full. So, that being in mind, maybe there is a reason for me to leave these here, because from time to time I might need to go around and just collect those resources. So maybe I should leave those there for a while. Yeah, see, there's no demand because all these are full. One thing I can do to help with that is switch this over to super alloy. Produce some super alloy for us. Okay, this is one area. The osmium area is where I wanted to put a an auto crafter. So let me see if I can get the resources to do that. Okay, I got the stuff to build a auto crafter. We're going to put that down right there. And we're going to have it make osmium rods. So as this fills up with osmium, it'll automatically craft osmium rods. And then this is going to be a supply point for osmium rods at a high priority. Okay, I want to see what the best butterfly I can make is. We need some better butterflies. Make these Serenas. They all require T2 mutagens, though. I don't have any T2 mutagens, damn it! It's pissing me off. This is just crawling along too slowly, and there's not much I can do about it right now. I need a T2 mutagen to be able to do anything about it. Let's try a T5 drill, huh? These are brand new. They're gonna be... How do they compare to the previous one? Okay, so it's like sort of the same stuff that's used to make them. So I'm not losing resources by making them, so that's good to know. So let's see if we can start replacing these. And building these big ones instead. I can build 2 of them right off the rip. Ah, yes, they're big, as you might expect. Very big. Whoa, look at that. That's pretty impressive. Got enough to build 2 more. So these are within the range of this thing. So that's good to know. So this one is producing 6885 pressure. These are producing 54,750 pressure. Big difference. Yeah, we're not going to be needing those anymore. Sorry, water collector, you're going to have to move again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more. If I can even fit 2 more. Let's move this right to the dead center of these things as best we can. Good. Okay, well I think I can fit 2 more of these over here around this if I can get the resources to build them. I've I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. So I could build 2 more if I can fit them within range of this optimizer. But just with what I've done, like, that's a huge upgrade over what we had before. And that's going to make this click along even faster as far as pressure is concerned. Big upgrade on pressure. We're already 36% of the way to mammals, and we only got amphibians within this video. So that's pretty cool. Let's see where we're at over here. We got an animal shelter coming up. That won't be... It'll be a little while for that. How about over here? We got a T2 aquarium coming at 42. Shouldn't be too much longer. We got T2 mutagen coming at 50. That's going to be a bit. And we got a new kind of fish egg coming at 250. We're about halfway to that. Let's see if we can build some better butterfly larvae. We already looked at this. We need the T2 mutagen to be able to build any better ones. These ones only require the T1, so let me build a couple more of these. Okay, we got one going. It'll be a little while. While we wait for that, let's think about other things we could do. Alright, we got one butterfly. Here comes number 2. Okay, I got some better butterflies to put over here. Let's take some of the weak ones out. That one's a 300. This is a 120, and I've got a 500 there, so let's do that instead. This one's a 230, and I could replace it with a 300. This is a 230, and I could replace it with a 300. This one's a 250. Okay, so those are as optimized as they can get for right now. I wonder if I could build another... more of these butterfly farms. I might be able to. While I was messing around with that, I actually expanded my base up here. So now I've got 4 stories times 2. So I'm going to fill those with lockers and get more itemized about my storage because I'm tired of running out of space. So yeah, we're working on that. It's a work in progress. So I can get one more butterfly farm up over here for right now. And 230 is the best I can do. Okay, these food growers are going away. The reason they're going away, because I'm already sitting on a lot of food in my storage containers. Hey, we just got the T2 aquarium. Let's see how that's done. Maybe I have the stuff to make it. Okay, I got the stuff to make this. It doesn't say where you should put it, but probably in the water, I would imagine, since it's an aquarium. Let's go over here and see if we can find a good spot for it. Alright, here we are. Such as it is. Do you put something in it? Oh yeah, you're supposed to put fish eggs in it. Okay. So let me go grab some fish eggs. There we go. Now we got fish in here. Lots of fish. Okay, so they will help spread oxygen and plants and insects and animals. Cool. One thing that we haven't done yet is we haven't built the new T3 Ore Extractor yet. So I think we should try to build one of these and see what it does. Okay, there we go. We got the stuff for that. While we were at it, we got the new fish egg thing. This one, okay. Can't do it because it requires a T2 mutagen. Something new. What does that drop? Osmium. Sulfur. Okay. Not something I'm really hurting for at the moment. I'm just going to set up this ore extractor right here for the moment, just because I basically want to see what it does. We can always relocate it later. And how does this work? Okay, you actually select an item to extract. I see. Okay. So what this is going to allow us to do is go out to those areas where the other ones are at, such as this super alloy area, and let's get everything out of here. Tear inventory full. There we go. And then we can build the T3 instead. Like so. And dial it up for super alloy only. And it'll just get super alloys out of here. And let's not forget to push our supply. Supply for super alloy. High priority. There we go. Now that changes things, because part of the reason why I was not tearing down these teleporters was because I needed to be able to come out and grab the other materials that my drones weren't getting fast enough, or the ones that they couldn't grab because the supply areas were already full. The demand areas were already full, I should say. So that is a game changer. I got to think about if that makes more sense now to do away with those teleporters now. I got enough to make another one, so let's go ahead and head over to our next place. What else is really high priority? Aluminum is probably a high priority. Yeah, see, that's going to change everything over here, because I no longer need an auto crafter over here. I can tear this whole thing down. I can empty these out and tear them down. Pop up a T3. Like so. Set this up to collect just aluminum. Hey, it allows me to collect sulfur there too, but I just want aluminum for this one, really. We'll set this up as a supply of aluminum with a high priority. Let's set up another auto crafter up here since I just freed one up. And we can have this one making super alloy rods. One of these can make super alloy rods, and the other one can make super alloy. Yeah, it's working. And then this is going to be a supply for super alloy at high priority. I actually want a T2 ore extractor. And we're going to build that just out here. And what this is going to do for us, put that right about there. this one we're going to set up. So this one's going to gather all the basic resources. So it'll be a supplier for cobalt, iron, magnesium, silicon, titanium. And it's going to be a high priority supplier of those things. So the drones will come over here and they'll grab that and they'll distribute it back over to all these. Then the one that's doing super alloy will grab from that and keep making super alloys. And then the one that's making super alloy rods will keep making super alloy rods in here. Then we actually could use another one, if I can build another one. Let's see if I can get the stuff to build another one of those. And then we're going to set up another one right here. And this one is going to build osmium rods. It's going to be a supplier for osmium rods. Okay, I got the stuff to build 2 more. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to our iridium area. And we're going to tear down this auto crafter. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that foundation anymore. I'll take everything out of there. Tear this station down. Replace it with a tier 3 ore extractor, which is going to collect only iridium and will be a supplier of iridium at high priority. Then we can go to the uranium area. We can get an auto crafter up right here. Two of them up right there. One of them is going to make uranium rods. It'll be a supplier of uranium rods at high priority. The other one's going to make iridium rods. It's going to be a supplier of iridium rods at a high priority. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to set this up so that it demands iridium rods and uranium rods and osmium rods at low priority, and automatically launches when its inventory is full. So that should get our Terra token economy jump started a little bit. We still want enough stuff to build a couple more of these. I got enough to build 1 more of these. Let's go see where we can put it. In the uranium area. We can take those, disassemble that, take all of that, disassemble that, pop up a tier 3 ore extractor in its place, set it to collect only uranium, and it supplies uranium at high priority. So now I got one building super alloys, super alloy rods, osmium rods, uranium rods, and iridium rods. And I've got my rocket over here set to accept those rods at a lower priority, so when they become available they'll go in there and it'll every so often launch itself off and get me some more credits. Where else? Is there any more? What other areas were there? We did the osmium, I think. Let's check and see. Oh, we did not do the osmium area yet. And we're going to replace that with a tier 3. We're going to set it up to collect only osmium. It's going to supply osmium at a high priority. I think I should build 1 more of these T2s over here to get the supply of the basic minerals coming back again, because it's kind of going slow right now. Okay, the super alloy area is all set. Obsidian area has not been all set yet. Let's fix that. Okay, now give me a tier 3 ore extractor over here. And this one will collect just obsidian. It will be a supply point for obsidian at high priority. Good. Now there's a couple more areas. There is the sulfur over here and the osmium over there, or the zeolite rather, that also need to be set. So I should fly over to my super alloy area. I got the stuff to build one more of these things right now. I really need the stuff to build 2 more of these things. Let's go back to base. Okay, let's get all this stuff out of here. Put it in this locker. Tear this thing down. And we will put up a tier 3 ore extractor instead. And we will set it up to gather sulfur. It will be a supply point for sulfur at high priority. This will be a supply point for sulfur at low priority. Once it's empty, we can get rid of it. Alright, now on to the zeolite area. And we'll build a locker right there. And we'll grab all the zeolite. And we'll put it in the locker. And all the other stuff too. And we'll put it in the locker. And we'll tear that down. Then we'll put up a tier 3 extractor in its place. This one is going to be gathering only zeolite. It's going to be strong demand for zeolite. Or, I'm sorry, it's actually no demand for zeolite. It's going to be a supply for zeolite at high priority. Then, we're going to take this locker, and we're going to make it a supplier for zeolite at low priority. And we'll just take those manually back. Alright, so, with that in mind, we now have all the key resources: zeolite, sulfur, superalloy, aluminum, osmium, uranium, and iridium, all set up with tier 3 extractors. They're all going to be working much more efficiently than they were before. And I need to work my way back to a teleporter so I can get back to base. Now that that's done, what this now allows me to do is I no longer need teleporters at all these areas, because they're set it and forget it now. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel around and gather these teleporters up and then put them down at more strategic locations. So if we look at this entire map, we know there's not much over here in the extreme, except that it might be way underground. So, like, maybe right here is not a bad place to put one. Let's go put one over there. Right here is sort of like a crossroads between several different biomes. So I think this might be a good place to put a teleporter down. And I'll call it West. Now let's go to our obsidian area. And we'll grab this teleporter. Okay, I kind of like this area right here, because you're right between two big biomes here, and you're not far away from this stuff up here either. So let's slap one down here. And we'll call this one Southeast. Now let's go to our Iridium area. And let's take this one out. Alright, I'm thinking right around here is pretty good. We have easy access to this river area up here. The canyon. This pinnacle-y area over here. The desert. So we'll put one here and we'll call it North. Let's go to our uranium area. Take that one out. Okay, I'm at the osmium area. I'm going to take that teleporter apart. I think right up here is actually a pretty good spot for one. We'll call this one Central. Still have one at the aluminum area that I don't need anymore. So get rid of that. Let's go swimming. There's fishes in the water. There's a good number of fish out here now. This is near our original starting point. There's our old escape pod right there. Okay, I'm thinking like right around here might be a good spot for another teleporter, and I'll call this one Southwest. And with that, I think we pretty much got it covered as far as teleporters are concerned. For now, at least. We can reassess later if we need to, but... So we still have the same number of teleporters up, but now they're all in more strategically located places. They don't need to be right next to our extractors anymore. Okay, let's go have a quick look over here. I want to see if this thing's launched yet. Okay, this is not working as intended here. Maybe because it's low priority. What if I put it high priority? What happens, I wonder? Or how long it takes for these guys to start moving stuff over here. I would really like to get more of those Kinjoss frog eggs would be really handy for me right now. Energy multiplier fuses are really good. There's some good things in there that I'd like to have, and that's why I'm trying to prioritize some... Okay, now it's filling up. Okay, let's take a look at our progress over here. We are 83% towards the mammal stage, which is pretty cool. I would expect the amphibians to start appearing in the environment, but maybe I have to jumpstart them like I did with the fish, and I haven't been able to get my hands on any amphibian eggs yet. Let's take one more look and see what we have to do that. I think it's up here. I could do it if I had generic frog eggs, but I don't have any generic frog eggs yet, I don't think. What's happening at my frog farm? Anything? Where'd my frog farm go? Or do I have to put things into it? I have to put some eggs into it to make something happen. Yeah, I don't know if the amphibians are just going to spring up on their own, or if I have to do something to cause them to appear, which it seems like that's the case. Did I find this altar before? Yeah, I must have. Alright, so one way or another we're going to get to the bottom of this amphibian situation soon. We built some more heaters today, that's awesome. Got these new big drills going. Those are causing a lot more pressure than what we had before. Re-optimized our tree spreaders for better oxygen and plant production over there. We got another energy fuse, which boosted our energy production out of these things over here. Fixed up Tier 3 ore extractors on all of our essential resources, and got the teleporters relocated to better locations. It's all very important. What else is coming up? We got... Oh, we learned how to make a genetic synthesizer. I wonder if I could do this. So that means I can get this genetic synthesizer built. This looks like a pretty good spot for it over here, maybe. What does this do? Insert traits to synthesize a creature. Whoa. So it looks like I can put species, color A, color B. Let's see what happens if I mess around with this a little bit. Those don't go in there, so eventually I'm going to get something that's going to let me interact with that, but that's a little above our head at the moment. Okay, so that's that. We've got an animal spreader rocket coming up at 70. Unfortunately, I'm still stuck here on this T2 mutagen. My insects are just crawling along, pun intended, because I haven't had the T2 mutagen yet, so I can't build the insect rocket. So the insects are just going very slowly right now. But as soon as we get this T2 mutagen, that's going to change, and we should have that next video based on the speed at which this is moving along. We got 300 fish eggs just unlocked. I already got better than that. We're going to get a fish display pretty soon. A fish farm at 550. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah, so there's definitely stuff coming up still. We're about halfway across insects, it looks like, and we got a long way to go on animals. And overall, terraformation, we're getting close to the end. There's 5 or 6 things here left. 6 things left. So we're getting there. But yeah, very productive day. Got a lot accomplished. And we have these new heaters. They're better optimized. We got 5 of them now. We got tree spreaders more properly optimized over here, with nothing else in the way sucking off their optimizers. We got an aquarium built over there. We got these new Tier 5 drills, I think they are, Tier 5. These big drills over here, we got those going. We got, what, 6 of these over here right now, properly optimized. We got our insect stuff moved over to this area. I've started a farm here, and I'm going to continue to do more on this eventually. We upgraded our base with some extra storage. I can get some more lockers up in there pretty soon. We got 2 of these Tier 2 gas extractors, one pulling methane and the other one pulling nitrogen. Built a couple of T2 extractors here just to provide basic resources close to the base. And then all the other extractors out on the rare resources, I've upgraded to Tier 3 extractors, and I've moved the teleporters around to be in better locations to cover the map better. We got the drones better optimized. They're filling up my trade rocket as we speak with stuff that isn't that important, that will eventually fire itself off and start generating some tokens for us. So we're starting to get our automation going a little bit now. So yeah, we're going to call it there. Next time we have mammal stage to look forward to, so we'll see what happens when we get that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, please click that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.